Hello. We're here. We're doing Tetris.
Tetris.
Uh we do this every year. If you're here, there's a good chance you know about it. Yeah, we are playing multiplayer Tetris on Tetrio, and we are playing the first person out of the game gets to read a fan fiction or piece of writing of their choice to try and psychologically throw everyone else off of their game. And I believe that Andrew has prepared something for our first round.
I've prepared something for the occasion.
So without further ado, I think let's just get into it.
Boot up the
Everybody ready?
I love the beautiful game.
And then also, if we start getting too comfortable, I can start changing the way that the game operates.
Oh, hell
I like
yeah.
Tetris.
Okay, great.
All
Great.
right.
I'd just like to make that noted that I like Tetris.
Detective John Mann was the best detective on the police. Nothing got by him, which is why drug people and other criminal people were scared full of him. He once destroyed a whole building of evil men with his gun. That was when other criminals saw his eyes were full of revenge and justice. One day, he was at his police desk. Man, another day in this filthy city, he said, looking out his window covered in wet from rain. Detective Frank was his partner and came in with a big file. John said, Frank.
I can't see.
What is it,
I
said
can't
John.
see my game.
There's a new casino in town, and people keep going in and they never seen again. John knew that they had to do something. His eyes lit up with revenge again. He picked up his gun and cocked it. Casino, huh? He said, clicking his gun. I'll show them that gambling is dangerous. He ran out and ran to his car, drifting away. Time was counted for the casino. On the outside, the casino was normal, but John could smell evil with his eyes. It was covered in bright lights, and there was a sign on the front that said, "Welcome to Balatros," in big letter. John knew the score. He walked in and it was empty. There were slot machines, but no players. This is fucked up and spooky, thought John. He walked to the poker tables, which are all empty except for one. There was a man in a Joker hat and makeup shuffling cards. "Welcome, John," said the clown. "I've been expecting you." "Who are you?" said Josh mysteriously. "I'm the dealer," said the clown. "Like a drug dealer," said John. "No," said clown. "I'm card dealer." John knew something was up, but he didn't know what to do, so he sat at the table. "Let's play a game," said the dealer clown. "You don't know who you're messing with," said John. "I win Poker Friday every night." "This is not poker," said clown. "This is motherfucking Balatro." Sorry. This is motherfucking Balatro. There's two ways. John didn't know what that meant, but he remembered that clowns always lie. The clown dealt the
That's
cards.
true.
The clown dealt the cards. "I'm all in," said John. "Soon you will be all out," said clown. "All out of time." John picked up the cards. Oh yeah, he thought, these are good cards. This clown is making the express train back to hell, first class. He showed his cards to the clown. "Fuck you," said John. The clown revealed his cards. They were better cards. John started sweating. "What the fuck?" he said. Cards. "You cheated." "No," said clown. "I'm just a better player." "Best of three," said John, shitting down and banging his angry hands on the green table. Clown dealt cards quickly. Oh yeah, thought John as he looked at the cards. This clown is fucking going to get fucked. "I'm all in," said John with confidence. Clown made evil clown small chuckle. "Careful, John," said the clown. "You said that with your wife and now she's dead." John sweated. "How the hell do you know about my dead wife?" "All men have secrets, but yours is inside your face," said the clown. He revealed amazing cards. "Holy shit," said John, "I lost again." But there was another round. John had a plan. The clown dealt the cards again. "Playtime, Mr. Man," said clown. John picked up the cards again with knowing of evil. He took his gun and said, "How about you gamble with my nuts," and shoot it at the clown. But the bullets went through him like jelly and turned into yellow frogs. "Nice try, fuckface," said the jelly clown. "How is this possible?" said John. "Ha ha ha," said the clown. "You're not in my casino. You're in Balatros." The walls turned into tentacles and the evil faces, and John said, "What the hell?" The clown floated up. "There is no escape," said the clown. "You thought you could beat me, but no one beats the dealer." John screamed like kettle and grabbed his head. Then everything was black like dark. "Playtime's over," said the clown. Detective Frank was drinking coffee at the police station. "Hey, have you seen John?" he said to Mary, who was sexy. "No," said Mary. Detective Frank said, He drank coffee. "Where are you, John?" he thought. "Somewhere." A clown laughed.
Yay.
That was really good timing on that. And
That was
also, I feel
beautiful.
like we should have allowed chat to donate to get Andrew to stop.
Mary,
I
who was
really
sexy.
like that we.
I think there should be a donation to change
Good
narrator.
game. Good
I
game.
love that they didn't even tell us what the cards were. They were just good cards.
They were
Yeah,
good
they were
cards.
good
Can I,
They were good cards.
Okay.
Hey,
This-
can I
you know what kind of
seriously
bullets they
come
were
in
to go?
fourth? What the fuck?
hey,
This was-
Andrew.
Yeah, what's up?
You have a really good read Reddit story voice.
Yeah.
I just want to get that
You
out
really
there.
do. I do need to know
That
that.
feels like
Yeah.
an insult, but I appreciate it.
It kind of is, but I'm still saying it.
How about you gamble with my balls?
51 room
51
settings were
room
saying.
setting.
How about
Yeah, that
you
phrase is
gamble with
entering my
nuts?
vernacular. That's entering my vernacular forever now. Like,
This was a fic called Evil Balatro by Cells Interlinked.
Love it.
Wow.
Incredible.
Incredible shit.
I will say,
I've never
characters-
played Balatro.
Now, I
Is
will
this what
say
it's like?
It is
It's
tagged
what it's
as
like, yeah.
It is
Yeah.
tagged deliberate bad fic. But I will say characters listed are original characters, original male characters, and original non-binary character. So
Oh,
good
wow.
representation, folks.
Representation.
The clown
Mary,
is
who is
woke.
sexy non-binary.
You know, I guess that's the only way to read it, huh? Or Mary, who is sexy, is not an OC.
It's true.
Oh my
True.
goodness.
It's just a guy.
I've switched us to battle royale mode. Because
Okay.
it says it's better for large lobbies.
Okay, yeah.
Can I tell you all the story about my Tetrio username and why it's my favorite thing in the world?
Yes.
Only
Once
if you
we hit
lose
go.
first.
I think I
Jeff.
remember
That's
what
the law.
I made this for Psychic Damage Tetris like 3 years ago, and then I just started playing Tetrio a lot. And the thing is, this is my actual favorite. This is the actually most effective piece of podcast advertising that I've done in the last like 3 years. Is that I play people in ranked matches, and the number of times that I've gotten, "Wait, you make a podcast? Tell me about it." And then like
That rules.
we talk
That's very
extensively about the
funny.
podcast. Very funny every time.
Oh well, fuck.
Oh, who's reading?
The first person to
not
get
anyone
out
yet.
is gonna
Yeah, the
be-
first person out.
Okay.
Sorry, that part of the deal was not fully explained.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to. I'm selfish and wanted to read you all a Balatro
I
story.
understand.
It was
I understand.
beautiful.
It was
I'm
really
glad you
good.
did.
It was
It was
great.
fun.
is
Yeah, we
the
appreciate
thing.
you.
It's a hell of a tone setter. I'll tell you.
Honestly,
Yeah,
having
you-
somebody with a cursed fic at the very beginning as a warm-up is really good.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, usually troll fics are kind of weak, but that one was fun.
I thought it
Good
was
to
good
have it.
enough to use.
Gamble
Yeah.
with my balls.
I
Yeah.
really felt like I was there with John.
And the good
Yep.
cards.
Oh my
And
god.
the good cards.
Well, I'm glad I turned on the mode that lets us target each other. Jesus Christ.
How do you control who you're targeting?
Are you playing with the controller?
Are you supposed to be playing with the controller? It's in a fucking mouth.
Oh, not playing with a controller. Look at this guy.
I don't know
I
what
was
the
always
keyboard
playing with
controls are, but if
controller.
you're using
We-
if you're using
we
a
got our first
controller, it's the
loser.
left stick. That's the only advice I'll give.
Who lost?
Thank you.
Oh, I did. Sorry, that's me.
Yeah.
Going to sleep, leaving your window open because it's hot in your room. You swear that you see big pairs of white, bloody eyes peeking at you. You decide that it's nothing and try to go to sleep. Try, but you can't. It's staring at you until you see a full, completely white figure popping up, crawling
Fuck.
slowly towards you, knife in hand, smiling,
Shit.
blood everywhere. This is
Holy
the
fuck.
legend of Jeff the Killer.
Oh,
shit.
no.
This is the Legend
Which-
of Jeff the Killer.
Which
Jeff was
edition
a
of Jeff the
regular
Killer?
kid born in February 8th, 1982. This day is known as Blood Day. Blood Day was his birthday.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! Blood Day
Jeff-
was his birthday.
Jeff's parents were Rachel and Samuel. They gave birth to an
Rachel and
adorable,
Samuel
normal
the killer.
child. He was a normal kid.
The New England the Killer.
God.
Sure.
Yeah.
March 9th, 1993. Jeff was 12, and his parents moved to Carolina for a big job promotion. They were waiting at the bus stop.
Well,
when
hey,
his
good for
kids
them.
ganged
That's
up on
good for them.
As opposed
Yeah.
to the other kind of promotion.
Newbies to town, they said. Know this, newbies. This is our town. We don't want you in it. They grabbed Jeff's brother, Sammy, and they punched him in the stomach, and he fell to the floor. Jeff was
Not his
outraged.
stomach.
He heard this voice inside of him. Kill them. He felt like fire and punched at Rob, the skinny one, and hit him square in the ribs.
Not Rob, the skinny
He
one.
heard a crack. He had broken the kid's ribs. Jeff had the super strength inside him, and it wouldn't stop. He went for Jimmy, the tall one. He hit him straight in
Jimmy.
the nose, then a left hit to the temple. He had knocked the kid out and shattered his thinking cell of his brain. Lying
Thinking
on the ground
cells?
were
Oh my
two
God.
bloody kids with so much damage to their bodies it was unfixable. Jeff
That happened
ran to
with
the
everybody
house
here,
with his
for
big
real.
brother. His brother thought about what had happened and how his little brother did that. They arrived at the house, and Jeff, covered in blood, passed a police car, and they followed him to his house. The house immediately became under inspection, and Jeff was about to get arrested for the kids. And then his brother ran out of the room with a knife in his hand. I did it. I hit them. And he was sent to jail. Fast forward 2 months later, Jeff's mom had been invited to a birthday party and volunteered Jeff without his permission. His mom acted as if everything was all right. No one had been arrested. Another month later at the birthday party, Jeff saw the kids at the party and the kids chased him all the way to the bathroom. They beat on him for hours and Jeff didn't fight back. It was just him and the kid in the restroom, and Jeff had struggled to get out of his grip and bumped a shelf and bleach poured over them. Jeff had enough. He had beat the kid so bad where all his teeth were knocked out and he was bleeding everywhere. So long, you freak, the kid said, and pulled out a lighter and threw it at Jeff. He lit Jeff on fire and Jeff was almost burned alive. He blacked out. He woke up in a hospital bed with bandages all over him. He found out that he wouldn't recover. He was permanently pure white, and his eyelids had almost burned off, and his face was completely destroyed.
Joker.
2 months later, Jeff had taken a liking to his new look. But also 2 months later, the legend of Jeff the Killer really started. Jeff's mom walked into the bathroom and saw blood everywhere, with Jeff having a knife in his hand. He had cut the rest of his eyelids off so he wouldn't be able to sleep, and cut his lips all the way to his ears, carving a permanent smile. What's
Are
wrong,
we sure this
Mommy?
isn't about Herobrine?
Nothing.
No, this is the story of Jeff the Killer. I've heard it
This is
before.
about Jeff from podcasts.
University, and Jeff
There
had
it
cut
is.
off her ears, arms, eyes, legs, and mouth before killing her. Then Jeff the Killer started.
Man,
Oh,
usually
sure.
cutting off your mouth is like something that happens to dwarves in Dwarf Fortress.
This is where the hunter exam really begins.
Where the fuck is Tonpa?
Beautiful, beautiful.
I will reveal to chat. I for some of these I went on r/creepypasta and r/no sleep and sorted it by controversial.
I was kind of curious where you got that version of the story. It's it seems a bit abridged compared to some other versions.
My favorite thing.
You rewrote it.
My favorite thing in like stories like that is when someone uses words like damage, because you can tell they've played more video games than they have read literature.
Absolutely. Yeah, like
God
it didn't even
damn.
mention that Jeff's little brother is named Lou, Liu.
Yeah.
Or that it was like a cowboy themed birthday party. It didn't even say the phrase "thing of bleach."
Can I hit you all with one last thing?
As long as I don't go out first, because I'm really excited to read mine.
Yeah, no, I just want to tell one quick thing. So I looked at the comments on Evil Balatro, and someone said that was so frightening. I'd like to know more about Sexy Mary, please.
I mean, yeah.
The author responded and said, "Sexy Mary is sexy, but also fearless. By day, she's a stripper with a heart of gold. By night, she votes for women's rights. Huge
Hell
ass.
Wait, I thought you worked
Ally.
at I thought you worked at the police station.
Which is the sexy part? We may never know.
Yeah.
I just love
I
by name
assume
she
it's a
votes
huge
for women's
ass.
rights, period. Huge ass,
Yeah,
period.
huge ass is really funny.
All right, I'm firing it up.
Okay.
Oops. I like the first bits where it's just quiet.
Yeah, I was gonna say where we're all like really locked in.
We're just like locked in, yeah.
We're just freaking playing Tetris over here.
We're just fucking gamers.
I like that we're at the point that we've reached the first major milestone of the game, which is that I start the game and it says 5 people are targeting you.
Yeah, of course.
I don't 100% know how to target, but I know that I want to be targeting you. So if that's happening, that's correct.
It's mostly willpower based. You're doing good.
Cool, thanks. Pain, malevolent Nen.
Yeah, so it's really you got to focus your Nen. If you're not focusing
Why
your
did I do
Nen,
that? Hold on.
that's Tetris advice for everybody. If you're not focusing your Nen,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Controls.
Oh, aren't you using
Yeah,
the? Aren't you
good.
using
That's
the
all I
control-
got.
the
That's all I
computer?
got for you.
Yeah, why are
Literally,
you
when I
using the
got
controller?
when I got
your Nen.
eliminated, I went and installed the app so I could use the controller.
Oh, why aren't you
I
using
am
the
everybody
PC controls? Why are you using the controller?
I'm using controller on the app on browser.
No, I know. I'm just trying to give Theo competing information.
Oh no,
I think it's
absolutely.
funny.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
I'm going to kill you.
Exist except
Yeah!
state. One is a demonic religious lie. Until you can tear and burn the Bible to escape the evil one, it will be impossible for your educated, stupid brain to know that 4 different quarter harmonic 24-hour days rotate simultaneously within a single 4-quadrant rotation of a square equator and
Oh shit! I know what this is.
the solar
I knew it
system,
immediately.
the universe, the Earth, and all humans are composed of +0 minus antipodes and equal to nothing if added as one or entity. All creation occurs between opposites. Academic oneism destroys +0 minus brain. If you would acknowledge
do not know
simple
what it is I
existing-
am listening to.
I don't either.
It's
I know.
time cube.
Yeah.
I'm aware of this, yeah.
I'm vibing. I'm
thought it might be
Simple
this.
existing
Shit.
simple existing math proof that 4 harmonic corner days rotate simultaneously around squared equator and cubed Earth, proving 4 days, not 1 day, one self, one Earth, or one God that exists only as antiside. This page you see cannot exist without its antiside existence as +0 minus antipodes. Add +0 minus as 1 equals nothing. Seek awesome lectures. My wisdom debunks gods of all religions and academia. We have a major problem. Creation is cubic opposites, 2 major corners and 2 minor. Mom/dad and son/daughter, not taught evil oneism, which voids families.
Wow.
Seek
Sure. Yeah,
wisdom. Yes,
always
you have a
saying this.
comment? Seek wisdom of cubic life, intelligence, or you die evil. Evil God believers refuse to acknowledge 4 corner days rotating simultaneously around 4 quadrant created Earth in only one rotation, voiding the oneism evil one day, one God. You worship satanic impostor guised by educators as one God. No, one God equals 4 to 24-hour days rotating simultaneously within 1 to 24-hour rotation of 4 quadrant created Earth. Ignoring 4 quarter Earth days will destroy evil humanity. I am organizing children to join cubic army of 4 days to convert evil 1-day adults to 4-day mentality existence to serve perpetual humanity. Nothing on earth more evil than a human educated as one when composed of opposites that cancel out as an entity. In fact, man is the only one evil and will soon erase himself by ignoring cubic 4-day creation.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so full disclosure, one of my original ideas for what to bring for this was Time Cube. I didn't go with it, but I'm glad somebody else did.
It's so long is the thing.
It's so fucking long.
I legitimately thought that was the that Harry Potter fan fiction that's made a cult.
No.
The reasonableists or whatever they call themselves.
Oh yeah, the rationalists. No, that like started.
Harry Potter
that's like
isn't real. Don't worry.
That's like a fucking fix-it fic about the world's smartest boy.
Yeah, methods of rationality. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, shit. There you go.
Oh, we're in.
Right back.
I can't easily find anywhere where the controls are.
I googled it.
The targeting controls are down at the bottom of the screen.
If you click 1 to 4, it'll switch you between 4 different settings. It's either you can either target random
anyone specifically. It's
you
just
can set it to you can set it to either target like random people. I think eliminates is like whoever's closest to being eliminated.
You see that like number right below where it says like the where it says like for targeting you, it's going to
I had to reload my browser, so I'm not in this game, so it is my turn to start reading.
Oh, damn it. You should have mentioned that a second ago.
The world we live in, it's so wondrous, mysterious, even magical. No, not that world. I mean this one. The smartphone, each system and program app, its own little planet of perfect technology. All providing services so necessary, so crucial, so unbelievably profound.
This is evil.
Look who just sent me a text. Addie McAllister? It must be a mistake, or a joke, or a scam. Don't you send her your social security number. She's right there. That's our user, Alex. And just like every freshman in high school, his whole life, everything revolves around his phone. And because of the pace of life gets faster and faster, phones down in 5, and attention spans get shorter and shorter. And you're probably not even listening to me right now. Who has time to type out actual words? And that's where we come in. The most important invention of the history of communication. Emojis.
Oh, I fucking knew it.
That's my home. Textopolis. Each of us does one thing, and we have to nail it every time. Christmas tree just has to stand there, all festive. Merry Christmas. It's still September, Tim. And princesses. I'm so pretty. They've just got to wear crowns and keep their hair combed. We're all so pretty. Devil, poop, thumbs up. They just show up and they're good to go. But for the faces, the pressure's on. The crier always has to cry, even if he just won the lottery. Hooray, I'm a millionaire. Laughter's always laughing, even if he's just broken his arm. I can see the bone. And me.
Jesus.
I'm meh.
That's right.
So I should be totally over it all the time, you know? Like, meh, who cares? Which is not as easy as it sounds. I've got to be meh. I've got to be meh. Morning, Mrs. D. I see you have little minis with you. Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, so adorable. I can't take it. I will never get them to sleep. Stick one to your face, weirdo. Olay. Olay. Oh, no. Oh, no. So the fun thing about this is that this is the script, but with no stage directions or line breaks or even capitalizations at the starts of sentences.
Yeah,
Great.
Awesome.
It's hard to act so blasé when
script off of one of those
living in Textopolis is just so exciting. Ha! Low good simians. Those some shall patat shays. No fucking clue what is happening here.
Keep saying it. Follow your heart.
Keep saying those words.
Oh, I hate knocking over the elderly. Let me help. Oh, my colon. Ducks. Hey, is that the time? Hey, my eyes are up here, pal. Woohoo! Woohoo! Right on time. This makes no sense.
You follow
What
your
is
heart.
this?
Keep trucking.
Ha ha ha! That elephant pissed himself. Ha 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 ha. Oh, why are you laughing, freak? Ho ho ha ha. Now, unlike me, my parents are total pros. Gene, please tell me you weren't laughing just now. Gene, so help me, I swear. Oh, he was. I remember. Let's see if you can get it right. I have some bad news, Gene. I'm afraid that you'll have the wrong reaction. Okay, what's the wrong reaction? Anything other than meh. Come on, I don't want to be late. I'm not letting you go to work today. Wait, what? You're just not ready, son. Come on! We're getting to Cuba's emoji's whole purpose in life.
Game.
Holy
Good
shit.
Game. Good game.
Let's go.
Good game, Jory.
That was a
I
good game.
I realized like 10 minutes before I joined that I haven't played Tetris since last year's.
Yep. Same.
I genuinely don't remember the last time I played Tetris.
That
I
just
played a
means you
little
get to
bit,
read more often.
Yeah, I played a little bit yesterday, question mark.
I was playing as of like 8 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
I played like a little bit earlier. And that made me decide I should use the website version because the fucking ads on the app version are awful.
I wanted a break and I wanted to get into this, so I've killed myself. PB sniped me last time, but now Star Wars Episode 9 by Derek Connolly and Colin Trevorrow. Based on characters created by George Lucas.
Oh, I see.
12, 16, 16. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Episode 9, Duel of the Fates. The iron grip of the First Order has spread to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Only a few scattered planets remain unoccupied. Traitorous acts are punishable by death.
Oh, wait, is this
Determined to suffocate a growing unrest, Supreme Leader
original one.
Kylo Ren has silenced all communication between neighboring systems. Led by
Okay.
General Leia Organa, the Resistance has planned a secret mission to prevent their annihilation and forge a new path to freedom. Exterior space, a rich tapestry of stars reaching beyond all we know. Two sharp points of a space station enclosed to the sides of a frame as we drift backwards into the glowing rectangular entrance of a docking bay. Interior Kuat orbital ring, docking bay, day. A First Order transport touches down. A wide platform descends, revealing a variety of droids. A graphite BB unit carefully splits off from the group. Interior Quad orbital ring, corridor, day.
I know
The
her.
graphite BB unit swerves to avoid a brutish labor droid, scraping BB's spherical side against the wall. His head tilts down, checking a scuff in his paint, revealing orange beneath. It's BB-8, undercover. He lets out a familiar uh-oh and rotates the orange scuff beneath his head. Interior surveillance den, Quat Moon, day. A comm device blinks in a cramped room stacked with recycled Imperial gear. Rose Tico, adventure worn and battle ready, grabs it with gloved hands. Rose. BB, you in? BB beeps, affirmative. Rose looks through the broken roof at the orbital ring in the sky above. Star Destroyers protrude from it like spikes on a punk bracelet. Rose continued. I need eyes on the checkpoint.
Mr. Trevorrow.
BB-8 plugs into a scamp terminal, anxious, tense. Out the window, the glowing Quat Moon, sun cresting its horizon. A hollow monitor grid lights up, blurred and scrambled. Rose straps electro goggles over her cracked leather flight helmet. Attaboy. Rose's point of view, the images unscramble, revealing a security checkpoint. The HUD zooms on an approaching dropship. Here they come. The dropship touches down in a canyon of white and blue sedimentary rock, kicking up a storm of silver sand. Stormtroopers shield their eyes as the craft spits out a new bunch of migrant workers from all corners of the galaxy, aliens and humans submitting to the First Order in exchange for safety and a scrap of food. Stormtroopers funnel the immigrants towards the weapons detector. We notice Finn disguised in rags among them. Finn, checkpoint, keep your head down. A robed human nods, face hidden under dusty headwear. A bottleneck quickly forms. The ragged aliens bark at each other in a dozen languages. A beast-like Drovian shoves Finn. Whoa, hey, no trouble here. The Drovian grabs Finn's neck with a single hand and lifts him up, teeth bared. Trouble, trouble! The robed human stops between them. Poe Dameron. Easy, pal. Poe pulls a droid 3-eye pecto fish from a leather pouch beneath his robe. Here, I couldn't finish it. The Drovian eyes the fish, drops Finn, and eats. We notice Poe's hand on a concealed blaster beneath his robe. Finn regains his footing, clenching his neck. Thanks. Poe shoots him a tense look. They move towards the scanner. Finn continued. How will we know if BB-8 hacked the mainframe? The weapons scanner alarms. Stormtroopers pull a main geek Godel out of the group. He pleads. Blasters fire.
Riley, that was like oddly soothing. I really got into the zone.
Wasn't the pick I was expecting.
I was really struggling to find something, and I was like, oh, that's right. I can find this. I know Darth Maul's in this script somewhere.
Well, thank God they went with a good script
Wait, what?
for episode 9 instead.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I'll say this: Emoji Movie reads better.
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. I would agree with that.
I mean, Emoji Movie has like an opening first-person narration, so
I do have to say, the entire time listening to that, I was just picturing Henry from Bear Stearns Bravo.
Oh my god.
Something
All
about
right.
the cadence Riley chose for that.
This is the point at which I flag and tap out.
Good
All right.
night, Mac.
Good night.
good night.
Good night, Mac.
Good night,
Gamer.
everybody. Good luck.
Good night.
All right, let it rip.
Can I
right.
regale everyone with another thing?
Yes,
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Please.
What do you got?
Thank you.
Great.
You ready?
Yeah. Let me start the game.
Exterior, Cross Lake, night. Moonlit water. Dinghy creaking against a rotting dock. Farmhouse just up from the shore. Maurice, 50s, bangs on the farmhouse door. Clayton, 80s, answers. What is it? Found Clara. Clayton steps into his sagging porch. You might want to grab your hip waders. The old man gives a puzzled look. Exterior Cross Lake, moments later. Clouds of bugs, drifting mist. Flashlight beam bouncing off of glass smooth water. Clayton, now in hip waders and battered gray fishing hat, slogs with Maurice through waist-deep water. Maurice leads, panning his flashlight. Clayton follows, carrying a gaff on a long wooden pole. Don't see nothing. Yeah, she's out here, somewhere. What? I said she's out here. At least she was an hour or so ago. Maurice swings his light around, glimpses a dark shape in the fog. That'd be her. They wade out deeper. Progress slows. The hell she's doing out here? As they drew nearer, the form is clearly that of a dead cow. Musta fell in or got stuck in the mud. You know, once they blowed up like that, they float pretty good. Underwater, flashlights rake the murky water. Seen from below, the dead heifer is perfectly intact, legs dangling, no sign of external trauma. In the surrounding water, nothing stirs. Beam sweeps across a cluster of fish eggs, glowing translucent. Curled larval shapes inside. Light shines on the cow's head, the glint of two black eyes, dead, staring. And a single fish egg slowly rolls down the extended tongue. Above water, Maurice and Clayton wade up to the cow, almost to their necks now. Clayton extends the gaff pole, hooks the carcass, and starts to drag it toward him. Make yourself useful. Maurice lends a hand. Underwater, the two men's feet scuff backwards across a lake bed, kicking up silk clouds. But nothing else stirs. Above water, Maurice and Clayton pull the huge carcass toward the shore like they're towing a barge. Yeah, she's a biggin', all right. Took second place last year in the county. Now this. Damn it to hell. The half-submerged cow suddenly jostles. Hey, you see that? You think it's a gator? A what? A gator down there, tugging on the carcass. The old man bends forward, shining his light into the murk, nose brushing the water's surface. Clay, you don't want to do that. Underwater, Clay's distorted face is seen from below, his nose like a big ripe plum. Above water, he finally straightens. Nothing down there but feet. He grabs hold of the pole again and resumes towing the dead cow, walking backward through chest-deep water. Had me concerned there for a minute. Y'all should have been there in 45 when the Annapolis went down. 800 of us thrashing and flailing in water with more sharks than there was sailors. Now that was cause for... Clayton suddenly jerks downwards. Clay? Help me! Maurice grabs hold of the old man and pulls. Something isn't letting go. Underwater, Clay's foot is stuck in a jagged fissure, the width of a fist, scissoring out from across the lake bed. After a few giant jerks, the foot pops free. Above water, the man pops up like a bobber. Whew, praise the Lord. Yeah, what happened? I stepped in a damn rut. I waded in this lake a million times, never stepped in no rut before. They finally get to business as something ripples across the cow's bloated belly from the inside. Shine the light there, right there on the belly. There it is again, like something's pushing to get out. She's calving. God damn. She ain't alive and she sure as hell ain't pregnant. Then what? Clay reaches out a hand, presses on the belly. Damned if I know. The cow farts ominously, bubbles pluming from the back end. Several more fish eggs pop out of the ass. Holy flying baby shit. God. Maurice cocks an ear. You hear that?
Can't be saying that, like
Hear
baby.
what? Death old bastard, that. A tearing, gnashing sound, like 100 gnawing rodents. The cow slowly lifts to one side. A large seam rips open across the belly as fish spill out. Dozens of tiny flapping piranhas, all teeth and spiked fins. They pour into the water and scatter, just darting little flickers in the moonlight. The hell are they? Fish? Ah, one of them suckers just up and bit me. Son of a bitch. Me too. They all over me. Let's get out of here now. They turn to flee. Maurice is out front, arms paddling for the shadows. Done. Hold up, old man. Hold on. I need to hit you with one thing.
No, of course.
The end of page 6.
Please.
Well, let me find real quick. Here. Exterior across the lake, moments later. The night sky mirrored off the lake's perfect stillness. Clayton's crumpled gray fishing hat drifts across the frame. A moment of quiet serenity before Clayton's shredded skull face suddenly heaves upward into a monstrous close-up. Water sheets off his face, mixing with the blood pouring from the empty eye sockets. Party music kicks in as we match cut to a pair of large breasts splashing up out of the swimming pool. And yes, the boobs are perfectly lined up with Clayton's empty eye sockets to create a seamless transition to our main title card, Piranha 3 Double D.
Yeah.
To those still wondering what this movie is about, quit now. There is no hope for you.
Fucking amazing.
Beautiful.
All right. Thank you for that.
I love that we've kind of pivoted
Andrew.
to screenplays.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty heavy
those
pivot to screen.
Are y'all ready for
I
something?
died.
Are y'all ready for something
alright.
completely different?
Yeah.
Let me find the script to
But I
Citizen
died
Kane.
already.
Dramatic. Wait, did we die at the same time?
Did we? Did we have the same idea independently?
I believe we both had the same idea independently.
Oh,
It
somebody
seems
else
we're
is
also
fan.
discovering the throw meta.
Yeah.
Give it to Jeff because it's never going to happen naturally.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. I will begin with this. It's a 3-0 ball game with the Reds in front of the Royals as we go into the top half of the fifth inning.
Yes!
Castellanos to lead things off.
No.
Jim Day is going to be taking us the rest of the way through this game as Holland takes over on the mound. I made a comment earlier tonight that I guess that I am deeply ashamed of. If I hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart. I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and I think of myself as a man of faith as there's a deep drive into left field by Castellanos. That will be a home run, so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at Fox. I want to apologize for the people who signed my paycheck, for the Reds, for Fox Sports Ohio, for the people that I work with, for anybody that I've offended here tonight. Can't begin to tell you how deeply sorry I am. That's not who I am. Never has been. I'd like to think that maybe I have some people who could back that up. Very, very sorry, and I beg for your forgiveness. Jim Day will take you the rest of the way home.
God, incredible.
I love it that he's like, I'm so sorry to the people who signed my paychecks.
I appreciate the honesty.
It's a pragmatism that I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, you're just like,
all right.
Like, that's who you are.
I see that we still got some game left, and don't worry, I've got something else racked up. So I have to tell you all about a story about what happened to me yesterday. Are you ready? Can I tell you about what happened to me yesterday?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday, my daughter, 9, she was hungry, and I was doing a jigsaw puzzle, so I put it on my shoulder.
Okay.
She said, how? Like all kids do when they want you to do it. So I said, open a can and put it in a pot.
God.
Jeff, can I pause you for a second?
Said,
Yeah, this story's familiar, but not too familiar.
Shut the fuck up.
Not too not familiar either.
Everyone kill yourselves now.
Done.
Can't dwell on this part any longer.
With a can opener, I said, incredulous. She brought me the can opener. We both stared at it. I realized I'd never taught her to use it. Most cans now have pull tops, and I felt like a dope. What kind of apocalypse father doesn't teach his kid how to use a manual can opener? So I said, how do you think this works? She studied it, applied it to the top of the can sideways. She struggled for a while, and with a big dramatic sigh said, will you please just open the can? Apocalypse Dad was overjoyed. A teaching moment just dropped in my lap. I said the little device is designed to do one thing, open cans. Study the parts. Study the can. Figure out what the can opener inventor was thinking when they tried to solve this problem. The can opener's also...
Truly a moment where you're listening to it, you're like, okay, like, sure, this isn't as bad. You're like, oh no, it is like, what the fuck's the matter with you? Just open the fucking can.
Can opener also has a bottle opener. But I explained that part wasn't relevant. I went back to my jigsaw puzzle.
I love when Tiger Parent crosses paths with laziest piece of shit you have ever encountered.
God.
I went back to my jigsaw
Apocalypse
puzzle.
Dad.
She was next to me grunting and groaning trying to get the thing. I should say that spatial orientation, process visualization, and order operation are not things that she intuits. I knew this would be a challenge, but it was a rainy weekend. Eventually, she collapsed in a frustrated heap. I said, explain the parts. She said the little wheel is meant to cut. These gears turn the wheel when you spin the handle. The other wheel looks like a gear, but isn't. She couldn't figure out the clamping step, a key element. I said the tool is made to be pleasing, but doesn't have any superfluous categories. Everything that moves does so for a reason. I love that.
That's true.
Wait, didn't you say that the can opener doesn't do anything?
She said, I hate you.
Or, sorry, the bottle opener.
Holy shit.
Let's go, Riley.
Let's go.
Nice job, Riley.
Let's go, Riley.
I forgot how long that Twitter thread was.
Oh,
Dude.
I'm on
I could
screen
forget.
3 out of 5 to be
Yeah.
clear.
Wow.
I thought for sure that it was like my 3-year-old daughter came and asked me to open a can of beans, and I told her to eat shit, and that was the end of the
Yeah.
conversation.
No,
Well,
he,
it is.
no, he kept posting.
Didn't
It's
that guy have a
so
podcast with
self-aggrandizing.
with Ken Jennings, who now
He
hosts
did.
Jeopardy?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he will block you on Blue Sky if you ask him about Bean Dad.
I can't blame him for that.
I love that, like, 4 times in the thread, he calls himself Apocalypse Dad, and everyone's like, you're Bean Dad, motherfucker.
Bean freak,
I already
bean
threw
freak.
it once, so I'm just gonna throw it again for
Yeah, you
honor.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
go for it. You got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yours, my
I feel
friend.
you.
By the way, there is a quiz for do you know the words to the fucking Castellanos thing? And it's so
I keep
That's so funny.
I'm so
so-
close to a
so
perfect score.
funny.
I'm so close to a perfect score.
Yeah, Ellen and Jeff
Okay,
have
who-
been like practicing it.
Okay,
Who fucking
Okay.
threw? Who struggled?
okay, so what I have for you this evening, quick gamer quiz. You know how most RPGs have at least one sort of like Dark Knight style class where you deal damage to your opponents by dealing damage to yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of
We've all been
course.
depressed.
Yeah, interesting. Hold that in your mind. In second prologue to what I'm about to talk about here,
What
this
in the
is in
fuck?
honor of my co-host of the podcast I've been doing for the last like year or so,
Oh
or one of my
no.
co-hosts who is currently in the chat. Because this last year I decided to start reckoning with my history in the My Little Pony fandom.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Friendship Magic fandom specifically.
Mhm.
You're just recapping, going back over like how we feel now, how we felt at the time, talking about racism a weird amount of the time when watching the
That
show.
happens
Yeah,
when
it's
you
a
engage
fantasy
with children's
story.
fiction.
Yeah,
It happens, I can tell you.
But in reckoning with this history, I re-encountered a fan fiction from back in the day called The Melting Pot. The description on
Oh,
Equestria
no.
Daily, the premier MLP FIM blog.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember
That's
Sissy
daily,
stuff.
The description is Ponyville would be so boring without your favorite 6 ponies, parentheses, and Spike, end parentheses, there to spice things up, right? Wrong. It's like taking the blueberries out of a muffin. You've still got a delicious muffin, now it's a different flavor. And the author for this fan fiction, which is labeled shipping on the EQD blog, is an author named Catalyst Talarius. Catalyst Talarius was the handle of 16-year-old Theodore Monk.
Oh my god.
So, this fan fiction, which was split into 5 days, 5 separate Google Docs, because this is where a lifelong tool decision
my
was
God.
born,
Wow.
Fuck yes.
opens in the following way. Spike groaned in dismay. How long do we have to be gone again? Celestia said we'd be in Canterlot for a few days, replied Twilight, tying and retying for the 5th time after realizing yet another book she realized she might want to read on the trip, the straps on her saddlebags. She told me that the senior students at the School for Gifted Unicorns are planning to do a study on the elements of harmony, and she wants all of us there to help. But a week? Just studying the same thing in summer? Well, you know how the students at the school are. They don't ever stop studying, and they never just want to scratch the surface of something. They want every possible detail. Please, put me in front of them. I'll tell them the entire story in less time than it takes to down a bowl of rubies. And you've seen how fast I eat rubies, Twilight. Speaking of which, what snacks did you pack? She laughed, opening the door. Don't make yourself hungry just yet, Spike. Even on Chariot, it's a long ride to Canterlot. Now hurry up and grab your things. I'm sure the others are already at the square. He groaned once more, grabbing his knapsack, which contained nothing more than a toothbrush, a blanket, and one of the only picture books he could find in the library. This week's gonna stink, he muttered. For him, it most certainly would. In the interest of Spike's dignity and privacy, I cannot disclose exactly what transpired for him. I can, however, reveal that one memorable incident involved an orange, a handful of beans, and trying to explain the entire thing in less time than it takes to down a bowl of rubies. In Ponyville, however, these upcoming few days would be some of its most eventful in years. Maybe not in the same vein as the group's adventures, always being on a collision course with wackiness. But if I were to call these next few days boring, I'd be lying. And what better place to start than with donuts? Perfect time.
Theo,
holy shit!
I have an important question for you. First
what
off,
the fuck just happened? I blacked out.
the bravery on display is incredible. Secondarily, how much did you read the series of Unfortunate Events books growing up?
Not even a single one.
Wow.
Mr. Stickett, I didn't realize you were here in front of me.
Yeah, it had Stickett energy. I will say, what I want to say about that is, are you at all familiar with the show Kyle XY with a question mark?
No.
I know what it is.
So before the first limb, I'll say, they have a voice for an annoying little brother character that sounds nothing like the actual character except emotionally what it sounds like. And that's what the vibe I got from your
This
Spike.
one goes out to Mr. Jeff Stormer.
Let's rock and roll. I'm so excited.
God damn you, half Jeff. Do it to me every time.
Oh my
Oh, the
fucking
redhead
God.
said you shut the fuck up, Jeff Stormer. Oh, the redhead said you shred the cello. And I'm Jello, baby. But you won't talk, won't look, won't think of me. I'm the epitome of public enemy. Why you wanna go and do me like that? Come on down to the street and dance with me. I'm a lot like you. So please. Hello. I'm here. I'm waiting.
Oh, crazy now.
I think I'd be good for you, and you'd be good for me. I asked you to go to the Green Day concert. You said you'd never heard of them. How cool is that? So I went to your room and read your diary, watching grunge leg drop New Jack through a press table. And then my heart stopped listening to Cho-Cho San fall in love all over again. I'm a lot like you, so please, please. Hello, I'm here. I'm waiting. Oh, what could it be now? I think I'd be good for you, and you'd be good for me. All right. Here's another one.
What
the fuck was
that?
That's El Scorcho.
That was El
Christ.
Scorcho by Weezer. Here's
you hit
another one.
You hit the sound
This
effect.
is Troublemaker by Weezer. Put me in this special school because I am such a fool, and I don't need a single book to teach me how to read. Who needs stupid books? They are for petty crooks, and I will learn by studying the lessons in my dreams. So turn off the TV, because that's what others see. And movies are as bad as eating chocolate ice cream. They only sicken me. Don't let me play football. I'll sack the quarterback and jack the brother of the ball. I'm a troublemaker, never been a faker, doing things my own way and never giving up. I'm a troublemaker, not a double taker. I don't have the patience to keep it on the up. I picked up a guitar. What does it signify? I'm gonna play some heavy metal riffs and you will die. You wanted arts and crafts. How's this for arts and crafts? That's right. I'm growing out my hair. I'm moving out to Cherokee. I'm gonna be a rock star and you will go to bed with me. Because I can't work a job like any other slob, punching in and punching out and sucking up to Bob. Marrying a bitch and having 7 kids. Giving up and growing old and hoping there's a God. I'm a troublemaker, never been a faker. Doing things my own way and never giving up. I'm a troublemaker, not a double taker. I don't have the patience to keep it on the up. I'm gonna be a star and people will crane necks to get a glimpse of me and see if I am having sex. And studying my moves, they try to understand why I am so unlike the singers in the other bands.
Thank you for pitting. I think El Horso wasn't mean enough to Weezer.
It's fucking true, dog.
Fleur, I sent you the lyrics to another Weezer song. I'm sure you have plenty.
Really appreciate it. I will pull it up.
So I need to know, according to our greatest official resource on this matter, the race of the.
Wow, I'm out. Look at that. This is Gamer Army by Trent Reedy.
Throw meta.
Throw him at a reel.
All right, this is a book entitled Gamer Army.
Gamer Army.
Rogan Weber laughed, folding his arms over his armored chest, leading the other Laser Viper advanced combat robots out through the sliding steel doors into the empty corridor.
Please make it
It's not that funny, said Tanker Force. He'd been the sorriest excuse for a tank that Rogan had ever had on his fire team. IRL, he was a 39-year-old father and teacher who was just getting back into gaming.
Totally, of course.
I said play on easy or practice with a solo campaign, Bogan said. I don't get why any of you are surprised I was the one who captured the enemy terrorists and destroyed Scorpion's super robot. Shaylin Spiro, the flyer mod, and only other nearly max experienced Laser Viper on the fire team, shoved Rogan in the shoulder, stepping past him as if he didn't matter. You act like you did it all yourself. I helped take that robot out, and I kept back those little gunner drones off your back. Flyer turned around, walking backward, the sleek green aerodynamic robot holding its arms wide. Next time, I'll be so far ahead of you that I'll already complete the mission objective and bring down the entire Scorpion terrorist organization before you, even get close to the target. That's all I'm saying.
So
Turn
true.
page here.
So true.
The engineer and healer mod Vipers followed her.
In your hands. I forgot it was in your hands.
Saying nothing, probably mad or embarrassed about being almost totally left out of the last battle. Tanker Force hung back with Rogan, his giant feet clanking on the floor as they walked. Tanks were large, with a ton of armor and weapons, and Rogan's stacked ranger was no noob, so the two of them heartily fit side by side. You're good, kid.
Heartily?
You're good, kid.
Heartily.
One of the best gamers I've ever seen. Rogan sighed. Here was another old guy, calling him kid, acting like he was so much better just because he was old. Like it should be a shock that a 12-year-old would be a good gamer. Apart from some strict age rules for the adults-only nightclubs and the teen hangouts around Virtual City, what did age matter in Digispace? Rogan had chumpified tons of old guys in lots of games, but especially in Laser Viper, his favorite. They emerged into the massive Laser Viper war room, the expansive domed chamber packed with advanced combat robots, the hangout for out-of-game players. Gamers could meet and joke with one another, form fire teams for group campaigns, and trade tips about the missions. Of course you think he is, Shay said. Rogan always gets his ranger up front. Never mind the rest of his team. He only cares about stealing all of the achievements and XP, even though it was totally a team effort. I was right in the center of danger, Rogan said. If he hadn't been rushed into the middle of it all, the others probably would have been destroyed. Why shouldn't he earn the best rewards when it had been up to him to risk the most? You all helped a little, but I'm the one who got the job done. Who flew in to save you from that rock slide? Shaylin shot back. I said you helped. It was fun, but now I have a level 100 Viper and 3 upgrade points. So I'm heading to the upgrade bay to buff my ranger. Don't worry, you'll get better someday. You know, ego sum maximus. Shaylin's metal hands clanged on her metal head. Stop saying that, it's so dumb. Once in an MMORPG, an ogre had dropped a Latin phrase before a devastating battle axe attack. Wikipedia later told him that the words meant fortune favors the bold. The ogre had sounded so cool that Rogan had been slow to defend himself. After that, a quick Google Translate gave Rogan his own motto, ego sum maximus, Latin for I am the greatest. Cocky maybe, but that was part of being a great gamer, and if it threw Shay off balance well, he'd take every advantage he could get.
All right, Rev.
It's so important to visualize Cam like flip, like doing the thing where you lick the tip of your
This
thumb.
book is literally in my hands right now, yeah.
Have I even post the right link in chat? Is that the right link? Camera Army by Trent Reedy.
That is it, yeah.
Is that the one you needed to get the fucking Scholastic book for, or was that another one?
This is the exact same book, yeah.
Shit, hang on.
Okay, I'm locked in now. Anyway, that book sucks.
Like I said about the Jeff the Killer thing, how someone who hasn't read books uses the words like damage when talking about a normal fight, you can tell they've played too many video games. You can tell by the way that person wrote that book, they've never touched a video game in their life.
Not even fucking once, dude. Yeah.
Their idea of video games is what they overhear someone talking about League of Legends or World of Warcraft at work.
100%. That book, my understanding of it is basically just what if Ready Player One was like specifically for gamers.
Oh my
wow.
God. It wasn't?
It wasn't?
No, it was for fucking
80s and late 90s kids.
You're right. It was
only
for 90s kids.
It's about only it's about how only 80s kids.
It's about
for gamers who grew up.
Are you good? Yeah. You good
If it weren't for the no 18 plus rule, I would definitely put in nerd porn auteur.
All right. Now we must remain calm. No doubt that the bottle was removed when we entered the portal, but we can find a way back. We've been through worse things before, Double D said, more nervous than the other Eds as they were walking down the street. Ed, on the other hand, was amazed to where he is. Where's Godzilla? He lives in Japan, right? Ed said as he was looking around. That's just a movie, Ed, Double D explained. Hey, check out the vending machines, Eddie said as he ran towards one. They sell comics, movies, even food. Vending machines back home sell food too, Eddie, Double D said flatly. Hey, they sell underwear, Double D, Ed said as he noticed them. Get away from there, Ed, Double D said, still flatly. They even sell noodles, Eddie proclaimed. Typical, Double D thought. Now first we're going to need to find a school. Eddie gave Double D a mean stare. You want to bring school to a time like this? I'm sorry, but I just need a school environment. You know me like that, Double D explained. Yeah, whatever, Eddie said, annoyed. Now we are going to have to find shelter. Maybe a hotel or something, Double D said, pacing back and forth. Whatever. Let's find that phone first, Eddie said as he walked forward. Meanwhile, I'll race you inside, Rito, Lala said as she sprinted to the lockers. Rito remained walking. She's so energetic, it's kinda cute. At the lockers, Lala was putting on her school shoes until a figure came up to her. Excuse me? Yes, Lala replied. Could you please show us to the headmaster's office? Why, of course. Follow me, she said after she closed her locker and guided the three figures. Hey, is that a hat, or is that your hair? Moments later. And here it is, Lala announced. Ah, thank you very much. I'm surprised you can speak English, Double D said. I learned it in a foreign language class, Lala said with a smile. Well, thank you, Double D said. My pleasure, Lala replied, then ran off to class. Double D knocked on the door a couple of times after a few unresponses. He creaked the door open. Excuse me, sir? Oh, I didn't get to a part where. So
Please skip
what?
ahead if you need to.
What I have here is something that I've held in my brain for years since I first saw it. I have a little story to go with it. It's not very long. I was in study hall in high school, and I looked over at the computer of the kid next to me, and I noticed I saw his fanfiction.net account, and I was like, okay.
Oh my god.
I gotta look up to see what he wrote. And to what what I discovered was an Ed, Edd and Eddy crossover fiction with the series To Love Rue. And it stuck out in my brain for forever, because even at like 16, 17, I was like, Anne from Arrested Development's like, those were your crossover?
Holy shit.
That's unbelievable. That's so good.
And the my favorite part about it is it last updated in 2017, so he kept up with it like well after high school.
Oh
Hell yeah, brother.
God,
Hell
dude.
yeah, brother.
Elle, I'm realizing that one of us should have found the fucking Passion of the Christ with the Smurfs.
I can find that.
Don't worry about it.
I can find that.
Hey, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Can I hit you
Yes,
all with a
Andrew.
scathing movie review?
Yes.
Yes,
Please.
you can, but
A
know
movie
that in
that
the
is
future you're
currently
playing
out.
Tetris.
Huh?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'll take the whole. No, I'm shutting up. I'm stopping talking. I need
You
to
may
let
or may
you
not
cook.
be aware of Second Screen Entertainment. This is a label that streaming platforms
Oh
came
my
up with
God.
and forced onto filmmakers, owing to research that determined, among other things, that a big percentage of people who watch a thing on Netflix or Amazon aren't truly watching it. They're focused on a mobile device in their hand as they sit near a second screen, which is probably a television, but could be an iPad or some other device. Sometimes they watch and listen. Other times they half listen while doing something else. Sometimes they get so engrossed in something on their phone, or maybe something occurring in the household, that they lose track of time. Then they remember that they put something on to watch and are now confused with what's happening in the story. If nobody's in the room, they might run the thing back to catch up. Or they might shrug and let it run. If there's another person in the room, they might ask them, oh, so she's actually the princess? Or is that her father? Or are they not in Morocco anymore? Or is that Dermot Mulroney? The second person may not answer because they're playing Candy Crush. Which brings us to Fountain of Youth. When future generations of media scholars need an example of a work that gathered up and displayed with peerless skill all of the techniques yet devised for a new medium, in this case, second screen entertainment, which superficially resembles cinema or television, but is meant not to make any demands on anybody, Fountain of Youth might be the work that they name check. It is the Citizen Kane of second screen entertainment. Every frame rewards inattention. John Krasinski plays Luke Perdue, an adventurer looking for the Fountain of Youth, which may or may not be an actual fountain. Natalie Portman is Charlotte Perdue, Luke's younger sister, who used to be in the adventure business, but abandoned it to live a normal life, and is now a curator at an art gallery filled with masterpieces, one of which Luke steals, not to sell, but to... Nah, better to let you half watch it for yourself while scrolling on your phone, because that's how this thing is pretty obviously intended to be watched. Fountain of Youth can't go a full minute without one of its characters verbally describing what is happening, clarifying plot points and relationships, naming people and giving their personal history and or resume where relevant, or establishing how hard it is to do a thing, or how long it's been since a character saw that character. It's packed with the kind of dialogue that David Mamet once described as, here we go to the bottom of the staircase where we're trying to get to the bottom of. Charlotte, do you think this is what you should be doing? Luke asks her in the museum where she works, right before tearing a painting in its frame off the wall, removing the canvas, and taking it away to become part of his as yet unspecified mission. The three of us, we had such great adventures, he adds. Yeah, Charlotte says, but that was 10 years ago. Dad died, I was raising a baby, juggling a job, and I had to grow up. Did we need to know any of these things? In a work of action cinema, a genre where the characters don't even need to have last names or speak our language to instantly engage our interests? If the answer is yes, might there be some other way to get the information across besides the kind of employment gap summary that a person might give in a job interview? It's almost all like this. When Luke pulls Charlotte away after that museum conversation, they have an obligatory car chase that ends with them pulling into the back of a truck operated by Luke's cohorts, and she declines his offer to join the adventure, and he says he'll return her to the museum. Then we get a scene with Charlotte and an investigator walking through the museum, and the investigator says, "Forgive what seems like an imposition, and you're a curator of a museum, and you've been missing for a few hours." The investigator is named Jamal Abbas. He introduces himself only after Charlotte says, "And you are?" As cliche as screenplay irritants go, it's right up there with the rugged He-Man growling, "In English, Doc," after a scientist thoughtfully provides a detailed explanation of the crisis facing the world. And "Do you know what the problem is?" followed by a thumbnail description of the other character's issue.
How long is this movie review?
Is it really that bad?
Longer than I was giving it credit for. And this is
Here's how I know the movie is that bad, even ignoring the review. John Krasinski's in it.
Yeah,
he's in the most second screenable movies in existence, I think.
Is anybody planning on throwing this one? I'm just gonna put it out there.
Because I found the thing that Marn.
Thank God.
Go for it.
Oh my God.
I know it's a bad
Not
movie
gonna
because
reach
it's on
the bottom.
Apple TV.
Damn, got him.
Hey, Severance is also on there. People like that too.
TV show.
Oh no!
That's fair. Wait,
Oh
Coda won Best
no! What
Picture.
happened?
Smurfed Behind, The Passion of the Smurfs, Part
Yeah.
No.
Smurfed behind.
The night of the Passover, and Tapper and his 5 fellow Smurfs joined Mary Magdalene as she and the other disciples went with the Almighty Son to the
Not
upper
even Mary Smurftolin.
No, she's a human.
Yeah, she's a human.
wait.
Come on, Riley.
Those exist.
Oh no!
Where they would have
there's
their
plenty of
Passover
humans.
dinner together. Tapper and the 5 other Smurfs kept themselves out of sight as much as they could, but Duncan noticed that Judas kept spotting them being nearby, looking as if he didn't like the thought of additional guests who knew what he was about to do. None of the other disciples seemed to notice the visitors, and Tapper couldn't tell whether the Messiah noticed them or not.
What the fuck is happening here? Why? I
They
was doing so
talk
good.
about. Okay, here we go.
Riley, you forsook Smurf Jesus, and so you
This
got
is what
you got
would
smoked.
someday be known as Holy Communion, my fellow Smurfs, Tapper quietly said as he watched the Messiah blessing the bread and wine.
Did the Smurfs go back in time?
Yes.
Wait, so they're just sort of watching this happen?
Yeah.
Is this some
this
fucking
those
Adventures in Odyssey bullshit?
It's
So it's like
100%
Tom and
imagination,
Jerry
actually,
movies?
yes. They're in the imagination station.
God damn it.
Paul the Apostle would smurf to the early Christians that as long as you eat the bread and smurf this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes.
What? Oh,
Till he smurfs.
like in a fight?
Took me a second.
But what's with his saying that the bread is his body and the wine is his blood? Brainy asked. Those are merely symbols of the sacrifice that the Lord is going to smurf on their behalf. Though most
Whoa.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think some Catholics are going to argue with you on that.
A little bit.
people are going to think that the disciples are actually eating and drinking him, Brainy, Tapper said. He did say that unless you eat his flesh and drink his blood, you will have no life in him. Still, Smurf's rather gruesome, if you ask me, Grouchy said. Oh, that sounds creepy to me, Clumsy said, shivering at the thought. Then Jesus handed a piece of bread to Judas and told him, whatever it is you need to do it quickly. The 6 Smurfs watched as Judas departed from the upper room, walking out into the night without so much as another word. There Smurfs that betrayer, Duncan said. If only we could smurf after him to stop what he's smurfing. He has to smurf whatever it is he's doing, or else the scriptures would not be fulfilled, Tapper said.
Wait,
I don't like
That's
I
right.
don't like the feeling of of being here just to watch the Lord's Last Supper with his friends, Tapper.
Okay, so to be clear, the
Smurf
Smurfs
said.
have access to the scriptures already. I just
Yeah,
Yeah.
time travel.
Back in
Sure,
time, they were Catholic.
They had to deal. They've met some human missionaries or whatever the fuck.
I certainly bet Greedy would sure like to be here instead of us, Brainy said. I hate watching the Lord's Last Supper, Grouchy said.
Me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking same. Fucking same, man.
Gosh, It's making me wonder what's going to happen after this, Clumsy said. The Lord will take his disciples over to the Mount of Olives, and then he will pray alone in the Garden of Gethsemane, which is where he will be arrested, Tapper said. Oh dear, Smurfette said. I don't like the idea of being a witness to this at all. I certainly don't like smurfing a man like him smurfing to his own death, lassie. I forgot Duncan is Scottish. Duncan said, but this is unfortunately a part of history that we cannot change. Mary Magdalene went over to the Smurfs. We are going to be leaving, my friends. Quickly, before anyone notices you. They all hid within Mary Magdalene's hood and shawl as she carried them with her to wherever it was the Lord was leading. His disciples, too. None of the other disciples noticed anything about Mary as she was walking with her passengers, carefully hidden from view.
Oh my god. I posted this in chat, but if anyone wants to hear the whole thing, Tom Walker, the comedian, did a whole stream where he and like a couple friends read the entire fic.
No, they didn't even read the entire thing. They read the first chapter and then they skipped ahead to where Jesus gets killed.
No,
but
yeah.
They didn't read the middle bit, which is
I
where
mean-
you have them saying that they hate watching the Last Supper.
Hey, watching the Lord's Last Supper.
I mean, if I know that thing exists, which I do now, I do think that the one thing that I want to see written in that style is Jesus dying for sure. Like you just kind of skip to the meat and potatoes there, and that's kind of what I want. Like,
This is my body smurfed for
clarify
you.
something.
Yeah.
I'd like to clarify something. So maybe I misunderstood. They've time traveled and they know the passion is about to happen and they're choosing not to interfere?
I think they
They
can
can't.
interfere.
Contact
They
situation.
can't.
Create a
I
time
believe it's like time
paradox.
traveler rules.
They can't.
who died?
No,
I
you're
needed
looking at-
to share some insights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start this out by saying this one is a special shout out to my friends at the Anime Sickos.
Oh god. Oh, fear.
Go ahead.
A CEO that I worked with seduced my wife in direct retaliation for my pushback on him at work.
Oh.
This was posted by. Here's the thing. I've got this guy's name and job because he posted this on everyone's favorite social media platform.
Oh,
no. I remember this.
LinkedIn.
He won. I got divorced and left the company. When I say I truly understand how some executive teams can be political snake pits, I trust you will believe me.
Yeah, no shit, buddy.
Learn from my pain. Do the following. You have a good manager. Lean in and take advantage of it. Spot 2. Spot the
Fuck
snake.
his wife.
3. You see my bitch ex-wife. 3. Do excellent work, even for nasty leaders. 4. Don't confront the snakes directly. And spoken parentheses on that one is because they will fuck your wife. 5. Don't become a snake.
Please don't fuck my wife.
Please don't fuck my wife.
This guy's responses are: if someone fucks your wife, you should still do good work for them. Make sure you're still hitting your KPIs.
I want nothing more than to fuck this guy's wife in particular.
Sure.
Also, please no sweepy.
That's so fucking funny.
When you, I'm not. Oh, I've got. We're halfway. We're halfway, guys.
Good,
I gotta be
yeah.
honest with you.
Sorry.
1. We've circled back to 1.
Okay.
When you have a good manager.
This is being typed through tears.
When you have a good manager, lean in and take advantage of it. Which I think has to mean fuck their wife, right?
fuck
Yeah,
his wife.
100%.
Yeah,
It doesn't
100%.
make sense.
It's only polite.
While I,
A handshake, yeah.
while I quote unquote survived bad bosses, most of my career progress came while working for good, honest, and helpful managers. Hold
Who
on
did
to
not,
these-
in fact, fuck my wife.
Hold on to these
That
managers.
he
and
knows
That
didn't
he
fuck
knows.
his
you
wife.
can. Help them grow and succeed so you can stay together. Which I
Where
sounds like
there's
he's
wife, there's fire.
Is he fucking the managers?
Yeah.
the thing is, It kind of sounds like he's talking about his wife in this sense. So you can stay together. You can grow and succeed with them. See success as a partnership with people you can trust. Ultimately, the key to my career success was excelling when I had good managers and just surviving in the periods when I did not. And notice I say take advantage of it, not them. Take advantage and a benefit from having a
Take
good
advantage of their wives.
Yep.
You can't fuck my wife. Not if I fuck yours first.
You can actually, maybe.
The don't email my wife thing, but don't fuck my wife instead. Thank you.
This. So this guy 100% sat down and opened Chat GPT and was like, I need to write a post for LinkedIn about my manager who fucked my wife, but I still want it to be a business positive post.
God, I can't there was a time where I would have been surprised that shit like that is on LinkedIn, but it is the most deranged of any social media by a country mile.
People roleplay Succession characters on LinkedIn.
That's crazy.
Well, can I ask all of you a question?
Yeah.
It completely depends.
Do you want better sex with your wife? Or just
God.
Oh, of course I do.
Then
Is this still on LinkedIn?
I would like better
for
sex
sure.
with
That's
that
the
guy's
answer
wife.
question. I don't want
this
better
with
sex
that guy's
I want
wife?
better sex with my boss's wife.
I asked my wife what makes her start thinking that way. Could be hours, days, or even weeks before the special night. Again, this is on LinkedIn.com.
Yeah,
This is the
it
same
sure
one.
is.
I'll give you a response that hit me the hardest. When you take leadership/ownership of the house, here's why that hit hard. I come home and jump on my computer. I get up early and I stay up late doing that. Weekdays, weekends, it doesn't matter. When my daughter talks back to my wife, I don't respond. Or sometimes I take my daughter's side. Even worse, I'm not there at all. I've not been involved in Christmas decorating. I don't keep up with the dishes or my section of work, and then I wonder why we don't have sex.
I'd fuck this guy's boss too, Jesus.
Yeah, jeez.
It's this guy's problem.
Not enough people are fucking his wife these days.
Hard.
You're so right. You're so right.
Jesus Christmas.
This is the I need to know those were two separate people, and here's a third.
Okay.
Nope,
okay.
nope,
So before we
You gotta
start
save
the next one, I have a question for everybody tangentially related to this. Have you guys ever scrolled through LinkedIn's vertical video platform? They do have a TikTok ripoff.
I don't use LinkedIn.
Shut
I don't live that type of life.
If you get on LinkedIn, it's at the bottom. You will accidentally tap on it if you use the app, and it is the exact kind of stuff where every time I tap it, it's some like 25-year-old with millionaire parents going, "Here's why you're actually not getting underpaid at work."
I'm so fucking glad I just got a job.
Have you not considered that your boss has not shot you in the head? He could have done that instead of paying you $5.
Have you not considered your boss could be fucking your wife right
Oh,
now?
I'm out. Bird's eye view of an American small town. A male teenager's voiceover narrates. Our story is about a town, a small town.
Where the narrator teenage voice narrates.
Riverdale shit.
Anonymous, mysterious, and the people who live in this town. We see Riverdale's maid drag,
I
storefronts,
knew it.
local
Fuck
businesses,
you, Marn.
people, different ages, sizes, races, walking. For a distance, it presents itself like so many other small towns all over the world. We cycle through images of City Hall, Pickens Park, the Bijou movie theater, the fire station, the comic book shop, the high school, the 24-hour diner, Pops. Safe, decent, innocent. Get closer though, and you start seeing the shadows underneath. We see a "Welcome to Riverdale" sign, its faded motto, "The town with pep." The name of our town is Riverdale.
Okay. It's well established.
Exterior, Sweetwater River, early morning. A beautiful, slow-moving river, eternal, hypnotic. A red convertible drives along the road, carrying two impossibly gorgeous teenagers, both red-haired. They step out of the car.
Oh,
And our story begins, I guess.
This is just the first episode. This isn't even a fanfic.
They're Jason and Cheryl Blossom, and really, they could be models from an Abercrombie and Fitch catalog. They look out at the river, shivering, rippling surface. Start walking towards a dock. On the 4th of July, just after dawn, Jason and Cheryl Blossom drove out to Sweetwater River to an early morning boat ride. As they near the dock, Cheryl turns to Jason. Cheryl, are you scared, Jason? Jason shakes his head and smiles. Exterior, Sweetwater River, moments later. Jason and Cheryl in the rowboat, sliding across the water towards an outcropping of rocks. They pass into and out of frame. Sweetwater River, the shore, the same morning, later. Storm clouds are brewing overhead. Nerdy, glasses-wearing high school geek Dilton Doyley guides a troop of Boy Scouts along the river's edge. They all carry binoculars. Dilton's pointing to birds in the trees. Jughead, voiceover. The next thing we know happened for sure is that Dilton Doyley, who was leading Riverdale's Boy Scout troop on a birdwatching expedition, came upon Cheryl by the river's edge. Dilton and the scouts stopped short. There's Cheryl, huddled by the lapping water, knees tucked under her chin, arms around her legs, shivering because she's sopping wet. Numb in shock, she turns to him. Her face is streaked with tears. Cheryl. Jason. Sweetwater River. Day. Later.
John.
A police boat moves along the river.
Smurfs along the river?
Yeah.
Cheryl and her parents, Cliff and Penelope, are on board. It's 2:47 a.m., y'all. Cheryl is in shock and her mascara has been smudged. Jughead, Riverdale police drag Sweetwater River for Jason's body, but never found it. Blonde Alice Cooper stands with her husband Hal on the riverbank. Alice, if he's dead, how? I hope in those last moments he suffered, made Jason Blossom burn in hell. Cut to low-angle shot of Jughead.
I truly 10,000% forgot that Alice Cooper is actually her mom.
Yep.
I was like, blonde Alice Cooper, so they just have the musician, Alice Cooper there. He's gotta be blonde.
Wide angle of Sweetwater River. Jughead. So a week later, the Blossom family buried an empty casket, and Jason's death was ruled an accident. Interior, Pop's Chocolate Shop Diner. Evening. Open 24 hours. A skinny teenager with dark, shaggy hair sticking out from under a weird hat. It's like a felt crown. Sits in one of the diner's booths, sipping coffee and tapping away on his laptop. Jughead, VO. As the story that Cheryl told made the rounds, that Cheryl dropped a glove in the water and Jason reached down to get it, accidentally tipped the boat, and panicked and drowned. As for us, we are still talking about the July 4th tragedy on the last day of summer vacation, when a new mystery rolled into town. Exterior, the Pembroke apartment building. Dusk. A town car pulls into the Gothic apartment building's driveway. This is the Pembroke. Two dark-haired beauties, Hermione Lodge and her teenage daughter Veronica, climb out of the car, look up at the Pembroke's ornate facade. Hermione. Now, brace yourself. The apartment is small.
Cam win. Good game. Let's go, Cam. Welcome to the One Winner Club. How you doing?
Do you guys want to know what site I'm reading this script off of?
Please.
Riverdale Wiki.
Lyric Genius.
Yo, you're fucking me.
Okay, what's the throw button? Because I have still not gotten
it. Slam space.
Space. Let me show you how it's done really quick.
I need an opportunity.
Go for it.
Take it. It's yours.
Nope.
God
sorry.
damn it!
You're too slow. We lost power. Hold the line. Stormtroopers step in front of the scanner blaster, smoking Finn and Poe each other.
Finally, some continuity.
BB-8 Scomp stutters and spins. A stormtrooper drops a crate of spanners nearby. BB-8 startles as they clatter across the floor. Droid sweat. The stormtrooper smacks the console. It powers up again with our armed infiltrators standing inside it. No alarm. Go on, get moving. Our guys exhale, still alive. Poe and Finn pass through the border wall to reveal a vast migrant settlement, modular housing painted with colorful symbols from each worker's homeworld, a vibrant melting pot. The orbital ring looms above, connected to the planet's surface by a massive power shaft, plunged directly into the core. It glows blue with the ship fueling energy mined here. Poe locks eyes with Biss Kova, a furry alien watching from a machine shop. Biss taps his cheek. That's our guy. Nearby, a suspicious Tusken, face-wrapped. The Tusken eyes Finn and Poe as they follow Bliss Kova inside a hut. A big-cheeked, hairless alien baby bounces in a hanging sea cow stomach while Biss's partner Dal Kova brushes an unappetizing rope with melted fat. Rose emerges from behind a beaded curtain in the back. You said 2 days. I've been here 2 weeks. This place doesn't seem so bad. Good people, terrible food. Rose rolls a canvas map onto the table. This is our access point. She drops a hollow chip. It projects the orbital ring and the power shaft plunging from it to the moon's core. This power shaft delivers raw ore to the orbital ring. A detonation directly into the energy stream here will cause a chain reaction. A blinking holographic light shoots up into the orbital ring, causing a series of explosions around the structure. And we take the whole thing down. Finn looks up through the broken roof at the orbital ring above. A dozen Star Destroyers fueling up, along with their new fleet. How do we know they haven't detected BB-8's signature? The alien baby starts to cry. Rose picks up a rattle and shakes it. There's a lot we don't know. That's why I voted for the other plan. This is where we second-guess the plan, right now. Rose sticks a finger in the alien baby's mouth. We can take out the enemy's fuel source and be light years away before they know what hit them. But we have to move now. Finn and Poe regard this odd moment. Rose really has been down here a while. Okay, let's blow this thing and go home. Poe, Finn, and Rose move past migrant workers toward the massive power shaft base extending into the sky. The Tusken follows them in the deep background. BB-8, don't worry, I'm alive. Unlock the power shaft doors and get ready with that shuttle. BB-8 detaches his scomp link and speeds down the corridor. A trio of space gray mech troopers guard the door. Whack! Poe makes short work of the first mech trooper, knocking him unconscious. Finn and Rose quietly take down the other two with shock prods. Poe unlatches a device from the mech trooper's belt, throws it to Finn. He scans it on the wall. A massive cylinder of particle energy rushing upwards. Finn, Poe, and Rose approach it and gaze up, dwarfed. We'll have 20 seconds before detonation. Give or take.
All right.
Droid sweat, huh?
Truly, you just
Droid
slapped
sweat.
the droid sweat.
Hey,
Just slap that space button.
can I bring something up? I feel like everyone's been throwing really fast, and that's not like really in the spirit of the game. So like,
It's
everybody,
not.
like for real, playing to frustrate each other is not a fun way to play because we're all on the same team. Let's do have fun
We're
together
not on
and
the
make
same
it fun for
team.
audiences.
This is a player versus player game, and also you're throwing faster than I can throw.
So when people make plays just to frustrate each other and troll each other, there's enough of that in the world today.
Fuck you.
Just slap that space button, Dan. I believe in you. You can make it happen. I'm still going to try to swing for it because I feel like you need the challenge.
Damn it!
Come on, just
Ryan,
believe.
I'm
Just
begging
believe.
you,
Go,
Ryan,
go, go.
Please. I have like one game left in me. I want to hear Dan.
Oh,
take
thank
this.
fucking God.
Arlie
Okay.
Amadin has transformed into Super Angel Water type Pokemon Goddess Elemental Heroes of Water Avatar. This one's for Marn, by the way. This is the longest work in the English language.
Yep, I know
Heroes of
exactly-
Water
Oh,
Avatar
no.
God Phoenix
Hang
Harmony.
on.
United Friendship, Universal Eternal, Celestial Zenaga, Cosmic Eternal, Harmony Universal, Oceanic Maelstrom, Water type Pokemon, Goddess Elemental, Heroes of Water, Avatar Phoenix, God Angel of Divine, Cosmic Eternal, Harmony Universal, Oceanic Maelstrom, Water type Pokemon,
Jesus Christ.
Goddess Elemental, Heroes of Water, Avatar Phoenix, God Angel Justice, and Divine Cosmic Eternal, Harmony Universal, Oceanic Maelstrom, Water type Pokemon, Goddess Elemental, Heroes of Water, Phoenix, God Angel of Love.
I
I
don't
have a
think
quick question.
Kelly-
Is this Finnegan's Wake?
No, so this is
When you gotta hit the word count for the assignment.
this is some guys Disney's The Loud House self-insert
Fuck
fan
that
fiction.
thing. I fucking hate that thing.
Ellie grew to 8'4" in height. She has large gold medal braces on her biceps and thighs, and
They
she
made
now
it-
has 15 large ocean blue planets orbiting around her legs, and 15 smaller blue ocean blue planets orbiting around her waist. She has the body of a goddess. She has blue highlights in the bangs of her chin-length black hair, with blue phoenix fire streaks on the back and the two front strands, and she has a large golden halo in the center with golden angel wings on the bottom, and 4 orbiting golden rings on each corner behind her head. She has neon blue eyes and an ocean blue energy aura with stars, water, ocean waves, stars, ocean waves, lightning, stars, ocean waves, waters, sea creatures, mermaids, phoenixes, and angels surrounding her, and immense protective neon rainbow aura with all the elements swirling around it. She has a mermaid of the light side of the legend emblazoned on her forehead, and her ocean blue mermaid-shaped element of harmony, along with the gold phoenix pendant of her elemental phoenix necklace of eternal love necklace, with ocean blue crystal links from her merged crystal necklace of the Buddha, and ocean blue gems embedded on the gold links. And she also has on her white and gold accented elemental phoenix choker necklace of eternal love on her neck.
What a sentence.
Suddenly, Kelly's trident and all the great swords and swords that she'd gotten began to merge together, and they were surrounded by a kaleidoscope of ocean blue energy, Stars, water, stars,
color was
ocean waves, stars, ocean, lightning, sea creatures, mermaids, phoenixes, and angels. And when it emerged, it was transformed into Kelly's true cosmic eternal ocean harmony, ocean water, maelstrom, mermaid, light side, legend protector, and dark side, slayer, phoenix, god, angel, greatsword of true cosmic eternal harmony, oceanic water, maelstrom, mermaid, light side, legend protector, and dark side legend. I'm not repeating lines,
Yeah,
by
no.
the way.
Oh, I can tell.
Legend,
No, no, you can tell.
God, angel, justice.
With as many words as they could.
It's
Yes.
a brand new massive greatsword with embedded blue gems and a mermaid etched on the 8-foot massive wide double-edged gold blade, large gold phoenix head with ostrom blue gems for eyes for the crossguard, large white angel faces built into both sides of the hilt, and large ocean blue gems embedded in their foreheads. And surrounding the white angels are the elements of harmony and the unity stones on the top of the element of the magic of friendship. Longer
This is
midnight
what
black
reading Game of
candle.
Thrones is like.
Four large gold raven rings with ocean blue gems for eyes, and the bottom of the large gold phoenix's heads is the large gold phoenix head. With ocean blue gems for eyes and ocean blue gems for the pommel. Carly has on her brand new large gold bracers of the champions of the universe with large ocean blue gems on her arms,
You gotta
and
get a new
Dragon Ball
color.
bracelet and wrist computer, and Omnitrix on her left bracelet.
Oh
her
my
large
God.
gold
All right,
of
okay.
the elemental universe.
Everyone, link arms. We're letting Dan speak.
That is the
For fuck's
longest.
sake, I knew I got less time. You just started talking before I could.
So that fan fiction is so long that it broke the word counter on fanfiction.net.
It's
so
it's
good.
like the longest written work in the English language, and I had an afternoon where I like became obsessed with like just kind of digging into it, and a lot of it does really read like a sleeper agent activation.
A lot of it is also just copy and pasted bad Japanese translations.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just
need,
pumped
like,
with
a
as many
word
words as they could.
Yeah, how'd
Yeah,
that
I
get
need
so
a word
long?
frequency analysis of this.
It's just like one guy's self-insert fanfiction that he's been updating for years, and just like
It just crosses over and jumps the shark and jumps the shark, and then it ends up like
and it
that.
has like these really long, like extensive transformation sequences. Of, like,
Oh
all
my
the
God.
characters.
Maelstrom Lincoln, my
Alright,
favorite.
Dan,
Dan, this is all you.
talk in.
Dan, it's
This
all
is
you.
They also all have like weapons that are like 12 words
We
long.
do the funniest
Yeah, it's
thing right
the
now.
diamond emerald greatsword with two things.
No,
Go ahead,
no,
Dan.
there was no emerald. It was all blue. It was
I
all
know.
ocean
I'm just.
blue.
It's 3 a.m.
All right, Dan, what you got?
All right.
I think I got out first. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
literally, both times I did it first. People just started talking before I did.
You gotta rustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle, brother.
I am hustling. Okay.
Or were you
So
rustling?
Colin Trevorrow writes.
Preface. I never given much thought to how I would die, though I'd had reason enough in the last few months. But even if I had, I would not have imagined it like
Oh
this.
my god,
I stared without breathing across the long room into the dark eyes of the hunter, and he looked pleasantly back at me. Surely it was a good way to die, in the place of someone else, someone I loved, noble even. That ought to count for something. I knew that I'd never gone to Forks, but I wouldn't
No.
be facing death now.
Yep.
No.
But,
Yes.
terrified as I was, I couldn't bring myself to regret the decision. When life offers you a dream so far beyond any of your expectations, it's not reasonable to grieve when it comes to an end. The hunter smiled in a friendly way as he sauntered forward to kill me. Chapter 1. First Sight. My mother drove me to the airport with the windows rolled down. It was 75 degrees in Phoenix, the sky a perfect cloudless blue.
Yeah.
I was wearing my favorite shirt, sleeveless, white eyelet lace. I was wearing it as a farewell gesture. My carry-on item was a parka. In the Olympic Peninsula of northwest Washington state, a small town named Forks exists under a near-constant cover of clouds. It rains on this inconsequential town more than any other place in the United States of America. It was from this town and its gloomy, omnipresent shade that my mother escaped with me when I was only a few months old. It was in this town that I'd been compelled to spend a month every summer until I was 14. That was the year I finally put my foot down. These past 3 summers, my dad, Charlie, vacationed with me in California for 2 weeks instead. It was to Forks I now exiled myself. An action that I took with great horror. I detested Forks. I loved Phoenix, said no one ever before. I loved the sun and the blistering heat, said no one ever before. I loved the vigorous, sprawling city, said no one ever before. Bella, my mom said to me, the last of 1,000 times before I got on the plane, you don't have to do this. My mom looks at me, except with short hair my mom looks like me, except with short hair and laugh lines. I felt a spasm of panic as I stared her wide, at her wide, childlike eyes. How could I leave my loving, erratic, harebrained mother to fend for herself?
Why is she catching strays?
Of course, she had Phil now. So bills would probably get paid, and there would be food in the refrigerator, gas in her car, and someone to call her when she got lost. But still, I want to go, I lied. I'd always been a bad liar. But I'd always been saying this lie so frequently lately that it sounded almost convincing now. Tell Charlie I said hi. I will. I'll see you soon.
Oh, all right. Let's do one more. Honest to God, nobody throws round.
Nobody throws,
then
and then
I
I'm
think call
tapped
it
out.
a night.
And then I'm tapped
Yeah.
out.
Yep. Then we call it a night.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Everyone will read it once to end the stream.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm gonna play Tetris one hand, have Gamer Army open in the other. So.
No, to end the stream, we all will say goodbye and then read from our individual pieces all together at the same time.
I think that's fucking hilarious. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Psychic
It's
damage
what-
listener, sure.
It's what Smurf Jesus would have wanted.
You're so right.
He's a human being.
No,
he's
that's
a
just
god.
that was
Oh,
regular
you don't
Jesus.
Think, you don't think
They were
there's
just
Smurf
sort of
Catholicism
watching.
Too? No, I think
No.
I think it's
So with that Smurf thing, when someone brought it up, I thought for sure it was a reenactment of it with the Smurfs, and somehow the Smurfs being present for the crucifixion of Jesus is worse.
It's worse. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They're just sort of watching him die, unable to do
I think
anything.
you mean they're smurfing him.
So the really funny part about that is imagine the height difference because they have to all look up to see it.
Actually.
Yeah,
They did say they were hiding in Mary's shawl or whatever the fuck.
to them it's some Ava shit where it's just a mile high crucifix.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was a genuine one.
For
It actually
what
was the
it's
inspiration for Hideki
for what it's worth, a lot of y'all are looking at it too logically or like sci-fi brained of like, oh, it's a time loop. They can't stop Christ from dying. You're not.
Wait, somebody got out. Who was it?
You're not looking at it theologically.
Sure.
Yeah, Jesus has to die
If you
for
don't,
everybody.
Say that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, if you don't let Jesus
damn
die,
it.
everyone stays in hell.
The other thing to keep in mind is that, when we think about the Smurfs, the thing you have to remember is that they know not what they do.
Hey, did anybody else get out yet already?
Hey,
I think L was the first one out.
Okay.
Looking to Gargamel, why have you forsaken me? Go ahead.
Jeff, can I be real with you? There was a moment where I forgot you were here. I don't know why that was. You keep winning, but I was like, Jeff's here.
Here you go. He seems so helpless, smurfing up on that cross when he hasn't smurfed anything, Smurfette said. Well, he surely smurfed quite a beating without fighting back, Hefty said. It's like he doesn't even look human anymore. Makes me wonder if Empath ever deserved anything like this from me. Empath is the author's OC, who is a Jesus XP, but for the Smurfs. That's Smurf.
Oh, there's Smurf Jesus.
Great.
How do you have a Jesus XP? What's the character?
Oh, Patty, this is just too awful to watch, Sassette cried out as she held on to Papa Smurf. There, my little Sassette. It's all right, Papa Smurf said, trying to comfort her. I know what we're watching is terrible, but there's nothing here that could harm us. I wish you could smurf your magic powers to save him, Pappy, Sassette said.
Oh my god, they really are on the imagination station.
I'm afraid we have to let this part of history smurf on without any interference from us, Sassette, as much as we don't like being here to witness it, Papa Smurf said. So we're just here to watch a man die? Snappy asked. What's this supposed to be? Some form of entertainment? Some of the people around us seem to think that it is, Snappy, Nat said, smirking
Yeah.
at them.
Said Wit.
It's like seeing 3 helpless men on the cross is supposed to be enjoyment for them. But this Jesus is supposed to be a miracle worker, according to Tapper, Snappy said. He's not even
Tapper's the
smurfing anything to prove himself to the people mocking him. I only wonder why humans enjoy watching people die so much, Slouchy said. Who knows? And quite frankly, who cares? Snappy said. They'll probably enjoy watching this thing even years from now. There's nothing about death that's meant to be enjoyed, my little grand Smurflings, Grandpa Smurf said. This is just the cruelty of mankind at work here, something that we as Smurfs should never emulate. Now there stood by the cross of Jesus his mother and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and John the disciple standing by, he said to his mother, Woman, behold your son. Then he said to the disciple, Behold your mother. John gently took the mother of Jesus away as she wept, unable to look any more at the scene before her. Then there's a bunch of stuff that's not about the Smurfs at all.
It's just the Bible.
Now from the 6th hour until the 9th hour, there was darkness over all the land.
I remember this.
The Smurfs continued to stand there, fearfully watching. Tapper had a feeling that the Messiah was looking down upon them to see those who were brought to witness this moment, and on the scarred and torn face there seemed to be a faint glimmer of a smile, as if he knew who was there with him, and wanted so very much to show what he was doing was for their sake. It felt like a very personal moment for Tapper, as if all the beatings and bruising the Messiah received were all for him. Tapper fell to his knees before the sight of his Messiah. "O Lord God Almighty, I am not worthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed."
Riley, come on, Riley.
Riley, at one point you said, "Oh yeah, I remember that," but you said it like you were there, not like you remember.
Yeah.
Hey, so Red Seraph in the chat asked, "Do you think that evil wizard who hates the Smurfs sent them here?" I believe this fic implies that Judas is an ancestor of Gargamel.
No, they talk about Judas' evil cat and they run him off a cliff.
Oh, Azrael?
Ready Player One by Ernest Klein.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for day 2 of the Moonaissance Faire. We have blown past our highest hopes and are currently at $5,103.69.
Oh.
This is our best day 2 we've ever had, and it is a pleasure to be doing it here with y'all. Please, if you're still awake, get some sleep and tune back in tomorrow morning for some wonderful stuff.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to my segment tomorrow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll have 20 seconds before
that.